In this example, we will evaluate the definite integral from 0 to 1 of x over e to the x. And the key observation to make here is that just rewriting the integrand makes it much more apparent in terms of the method of approach we'll use. So x over e to the x is equivalent to x e to the minus x. And when we see the integrand written in this form, immediately we note that it's one of the desired forms for integration by parts. So to apply integration by parts, we let u be equal to x and dv e to the minus x dx. So that makes du equal to dx and v minus e to the minus x. And integration by parts tells us we'll get back uv and we subtract away the integral of v to u. So uv would be minus x e to the minus x, and we evaluate from 0 to 1. And then we're subtracting away the antiderivative of v to u. Well, v has a minus sign in it, which can pull out front. Minus a minus is a plus. And it's the antiderivative of e to the minus x dx from 0 to 1. So with the first term, we plug in a 1. We put a minus sign and plug in a 0. So minus e to the minus 1, minus a minus, so plus 0. And then the antiderivative of e to the minus x is minus e to the minus x. And we evaluate from 0 to 1. So we have minus 1 over e, and then we're subtracting away. We plug in 1, so e to the minus 1, that's another 1 over e, minus e to the 0. So e to the 0 is the number 1. And note that when the minus distributes through, it's minus a minus 1, which is a positive 1. And we're subtracting away from it 1 over e and another 1 over e. So 1 minus 2 over e. And one important thing to go in mind is that we have these strategies of integration that we can use to help come up with an appropriate method. But remember, if you look at an integrand and immediately recognize an approach, just use it. If that approach doesn't work, then go back to the strategies list and kind of talk yourself through the problem.